Are you an outdoorsman who just wants some simple fire tinder ideas for your fire kit? Well, you've come to the right place. Today we're going to go over 10 easy to use fire starters that you can add to your pack. Stay tuned for an 11th bonus fire starter that you're definitely going to want to see. What's up guys, and welcome back to another video. If this is your first time on this channel, I'm Outdoor Mike. I like to hunt, fish, trap, camp, basically spend as much time outdoors as possible. Today we're talking about 10 different fire starters. Some are natural tinders, some are commercial, and some are DIY. If you like this kind of content, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below and also give me a thumbs up. I also love the comments, so drop a comment down below at any time. Also, if you haven't seen it yet, check out the link above, where in last week's video we talked about the magnesium bar versus the ferro rod. So let's get into this and start with number one. Now you really can't talk about natural fire tinders without talking about everybody's favorite, fat wood, or what I always called it was pitchwood. Pitchwood is basically a piece of wood with a very high amount of resin in it. Most of the time it's pine. This piece is actually from a large stump that was in the ground after a forest fire came through and it killed the tree. And all that sap came down into the base of the stump and collected there in the base. And then when the tree tipped over and died, you end up with a highly resinous piece of wood that smells kind of like turpentine. So basically all you do with these is you just shave some off and you can light it real easy. It lights super easy with a ferro rod. Our next one is a feather stick, and all this is just a very dry piece of wood. This is aspen, and you just shave down the stick until you get all those little feathers right there, and you can just hit it with a spark or light it with a lighter and it'll catch really easily. You can put that right in there with the rest of your fire and it gets everything lit and going really, really well. Number three is just basic wood shavings. Now you can get these from, if you've been doing some cutting firewood, cutting wood or anything like that, you can collect up the wood shavings or sawdust. These ones are just some pine shavings that I've collected up, and I keep in a little container just so I have them pre-done, ready to go, so I don't have to take the extra time. If my hands are really cold, I just have some ready to go. Just put this down, hit it with a spark, and it'll get lit. Number four, real simple one, is just the inner bark of basically any tree. The easiest ones to get this off of is any poplar. This is actually from a mesquite, but as you can see, you can just peel these pieces right off from the inside of the bark. It's got to be dead and dry. But if you find something like that, you can just peel these pieces off. Easiest thing to do is put them between your hands and rub them together. Just breaks up those fibers. And then you take those fibers there, you can make your little nest. Just put it down, and you can hit your sparks onto that or light it with a lighter, pretty much just like we talked about before, and that'll get your fire lit. We're going to do a little burn test at the end. I'm going to go through each one and do a burn test and show you them. The next few that we're going to talk about here are your commercial ones. These ones you can pick up out at Walmart. These are the Coghlan's waterproof fire sticks. It says it in the name, they're waterproof. Basically just a bunch of sawdust that's compressed into a stick with some flammable material that's basically holding it all together that keeps it burning for a really long time. Again, they're waterproof. You can dip these in water, put it down, and light it right on fire. It lights great. Really good little thing to have in your pack right there. Next is trioxane. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. Yeah, trioxane. These are military fire tabs. They come in boxes of 3. I think they're like 12 bucks for a box of 3 on Amazon. You can break them into pieces and use little pieces of it, or you can burn the whole thing. The whole thing, they say the burn time on these is about 15 minutes. Really good burn time. I've actually lit these in the middle of a monsoon and had it burn during the rain, and the rain did not put it out. It burned for the full 15 minutes in the rain. So really good, really flammable, really hard to put out. Next one we're going to be going over is cotton balls. You want to get the smaller ones. Otherwise, you got to break them down and use like small, like little pieces of it. Or you can just do that with the smaller ones too. It works just fine, depending on how much of a flame you really need to get your fire going. But something that's always good to bring in with your cotton balls is some chapstick. You can use the jar of Vaseline, however, with these, if they get really, really hot and they turn upside down in your pack, they will leak out the lid and get all over your stuff. A lot less likely to happen with the chapstick, so it's always good to have the chapstick. Just add a little bit of the chapstick to your cotton ball and it'll extend the life, basically turning it into a little candle. So really good to have. That's something you want to have. Next, we're going to talk about dryer lint. Everybody talks about dryer lint. They say it's great for fires, and it is. However, you do want Vaseline or some chapstick, like we said with the cotton balls, to add to it. Otherwise, you're going to have the same problem. It just burns really, really fast. So you want to make sure that when you're using dryer lint, if you've got kind of wetter material, you don't have something that's really dry that's going to catch really quick, that you add some chapstick or Vaseline or some other flammable gel to it to extend the life of the burn so that you can really get your fire up and going. Next one we're going to be talking about is jute string. This is just a real fibrous, kind of a more natural material that is highly flammable. All you do is just fray this stuff out. And again, you want to add some sort of Vaseline or something to it. Otherwise, this is just going to burn really quick. But it catches a spark really well and it burns really well. And it's a great way to start a fire. It's super light. All of these things that I'm going over today are super light, easy to put into your pack. Just put in a Ziploc bag or something with your fire starters or wherever you keep your other fire starting material in your fire kit, and you'll have easy to light, easy to use fire lighting material. Alright, so the last one we're going to talk about is the steel wool. Make sure you use the ultra fine steel wool, not the heavier gauge stuff, because it doesn't light very well. And then you take your 9-volt battery and your steel wool and place it down. Kind of nest it out just a little bit and see if we can get this to work. Take some of my pine shavings here, stick them down in the middle. Let's see if we can get this to light. Here we go. Pretty simple, straightforward. Then you just take that, shove the whole bit into your bundle. Excuse all the smoke here. Put all that into your bundle and you can get your fire going. So there's the demo with that. Looks like we demo all of these, so let's do some demos. Little piece of the fire stick there. Spray it out just a little bit here. You can break these up and just make a little pile out of them. Get our Leatherman out here. Let's make a little pile here. There we go. These light up. This is a fire stick. And that's just a little piece off of the fire stick. You can see how well that's burning. These are also non-toxic, so you don't have to worry about the smoke from them. These things will burn for quite a while, as you can see. It just keeps on burning. So these are the little waterproof fire sticks, like I said before. Really great, handy little thing to have. So we've done the fire sticks, we've done the steel wool. Let's do one of these fire tabs. I already have one that's been opened. There's this purple stuff inside there. Make sure that once you've handled these, you wash your hands, because this stuff is toxic, so you don't want to be eating it. Break off a little piece here, just get the dust even. But these things do light very, very well. That's all it takes, it's lit. Has that blue flame. Turn the light off here real quick, I'll show you what that looks like. See, it burns that blue flame right there. Nice and hot, and it'll burn for a while. It takes a little bit more to get it to blow out. Alright, next we got the cotton balls. You can do regular cotton ball. So I'm going to rip the base off of this one, just kind of show you. This one's got some of the chapstick in it. This one doesn't. Just do a little bit of a side-by-side here. There's one. There's the other. Like I said, this one's got the chapstick in it. This one doesn't. You see how this one's shrinking up really quick and disappearing, and it's almost done. That one's out. The one with the chapstick in it, still going strong. This one will burn for probably a good minute or so if I just let it keep going, maybe longer, depending on how much chapstick you actually put in it. If you put a lot, it'll just keep burning kind of like a candle. But it'll burn for a good long time. You can pretty much light your entire fire with it. Super easy. We're going to put this guy out and show you the next one. Actually, you know what? We'll do right here alongside. Nice and easy. Take some dryer lint. Hit that one with a spark. There we go. And as you can see, it kind of burns. Doesn't burn great. I think it has something to do with the type of lint that it is, also from whatever materials that you were just washing. So it kind of comes off of that. But as you can see, that doesn't burn super well. But we do the same thing. Get some chapstick on there. Hit that with a spark. It starts to burn. Tip her over. Get that chapstick going. It'll just burn just like the cotton ball will, and it'll just keep on going. That cotton ball finally went out. This one's going. As long as it's got that chapstick in there, it's just going to keep right on going, and it'll just, you know, you'll be able to light the rest of your fire with it. Next, we've got the inner bark from the tree. Nice thing about this is it also gives you a nice little platform, so you don't have to put this stuff on the ground, because any kind of moisture from the ground is going to make it harder to light. Get this going here. We'll see if we can get this lit here. There we go. And that just burns right up. And you can get your fire going. Alright, next we got our jute string. Quick little burn test here with that. Pull off one of these pieces here and spread it out. This stuff burns super fast. So the same thing with this, like I said before. Add a little chapstick to it and it'll probably burn a lot longer. But we'll just see if we can get it to just kind of flare up here for us. There you go. Burns pretty good. Add a little bit more, see if we can get it burning. And just kind of keep going. But proof of concept there. Next up, we've got our little fire chips here. Same things we used with the steel wool. Get that burning. See if we can get this to light here. There you go. Lights right up. We got our feather stick here. We'll see if we can get it to light. There we go. Starting to burn. It went out. There we go. Got it to light and get the rest of your fire going. And lastly, we've got our pitchwood. You just take the back of a knife for your saw blade here. And you can just scrape off some little filings here. Let's get some scrapings. Push all them together. And there you go. Pitchwood's burning. Stuff works great. Burns for forever. You can even just cut little sticks out of these, drill a hole through them, put a piece of 550 cord or chain through it, and then you can hook it on your pack or whatever. But pitchwood, definitely one of my most favorites. So we've gone through all 10. I've lit them all for you, showed you how to get them going. Which one do you carry? Do you carry something different? Let me know down below if there's something that you want to see me do a review on or something new that maybe you know about. Drop a comment down below. Let me know about it. I'd love to find out about it and I'll check it out. Alright guys, so for the number 11, that bonus one that I was talking about at the beginning that I promised you guys I'd show you, well here it is. It's something I call a lint roll-up. We're going to be doing a video on these next week, so make sure that you hit the subscribe button down below so you don't miss this video. It's kind of a combination of a couple different fire starters that I've seen throughout YouTube, but I've never seen anything like this one. So what I'm going to do is I'll just do a quick lighting test for you and show you how it burns. This thing burns for a really, really long time. We'll even time it, and we'll see how long this little thing burns. This is not very big. It's maybe ½ an inch thick all the way around. Really not that big, but they burn for a really long time. So let's do a burn test on this thing. I'll just show you guys how long it burns. We're just going to do this time management. Everything else we'll just light it with a lighter. Get it going. Hit start. Alrighty, it looks like it's about to go out. And we'll stop it right there. Still burning just a little bit, but that's 3 minutes, 52 seconds, almost 4 minutes. If you can't get a fire going in 4 minutes, I mean, come on. What are we doing? So, like I said, we're going to show you how to make one of those next week, so make sure you hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. I'm Outdoor Mike, and we'll catch you down the line.